Hello everyone, Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. It is time for the Tarot Scopes for November 2021. It's amazing how fast these months go by, isn't it? I'm going to be doing the air signs, and so this is going to be the Tarot Scope for the sign of Gemini. All right, so I am using the Druid. What is this called? The Druid Art Tarot. Um, I think it's called the Druid Art, or something like that, tarot. I'll put it in the descriptor, in case you want to know the exact name and who did it. But it's a beautiful deck, very magical. So November, of course, is the time of Scorpio, and for Geminis, that would fall in your sixth house of work and service, of health as well. We do have a new moon in Scorpio, so that's going to be falling there. So a time to start a new health regime, something transformational. Your body could go through some transformational process, or you could certainly plant the seeds for that. So if there's something that needs to change, that's connected to medical or physical well-being, this is a good month for that. The north node of the moon is still in Gemini, so you guys are sort of leading the way, opening up the doors to many different ideas that we have to make sense of. Thank you, Gemini. Okay, so we start with the card of death. It's interesting. Taurus had this as its first card as well, death. So Gemini, you are in the process of change and transformation. You're in the process of letting go of that which no longer serves. If you are holding on to something too tight, it will be ripped asunder from you. So it is time to let go. It is time to let go. What is the challenge to that? The Six of Wands. I think the challenge to this is previous wins, like a previous win or previous victories. It's almost like you expect to continue to get exactly what you want. But the death card is about the death of the ego and surrendering to the soul. And the soul could care less about your victories. See what's at the root? The Seven of Wands. This is a sense of, having the higher ground, but people are still coming at you. You don't understand why they don't see your point of view. You are obviously seeing the bigger picture, and they're fighting the bigger picture, perhaps. That could be seen in this card as well. This could also be requiring you to stand firm in your beliefs, to stand firm in your understanding. The Seven of Wands is a Sagittarius. No, it's not. It's a Leo vibration. It's a Leo vibration. It's actually the 33-6 vibration numerologically, which is a master number, master of compassion. So you need to also stand in your compassion for self and others through this process. Forgive them for they know not what they do, kind of thing. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I just swallowed my own spit the wrong way. In the past, we have the Two of Cups. This is commitments, relationships, coming together with someone, sort of making a decision. So a decision has been made to, there's a a sense of spark of something, spark of love, spark of perhaps you met someone that is very different from anyone you've met before, and it's requiring you to let go of, you know, a certain way of looking at life. Maybe they opened you up to a new way of looking at life. Let's see what's in the sky. The Ace of Swords. So this is the sword of truth, the sword of justice. And so whatever it is that you do, it needs to be in alignment with what is true and what is righteous. You are being offered, here we have the Lady of the Lake offering the sword to the person with the power and the wisdom to wield it. So there's an offer here. In the immediate future, which is really the future, we have the Tower. So there's an illumination. There's a need to be true to your spiritual nature here. And if you're not being true to your spiritual nature, then, you know, you will tumble from the tower. This can be an enlightenment. Suddenly you're enlightened. How it's seen from the outside. Hope. There's hope for you yet. Domestic situation. The Ten of Pentacles. This is family money. This is, you will be supported through this. You will have aid and help. Because this is not an easy thing to do. But know that the people around you have faith in you and they will help you. Hopes and fears. This is the Temperance card in this deck. It's called the Feralute. God only knows. Don't ask me how you say that. But this is the healer. And we have the Tour in the background. I don't know if you can see that with the rainbow bridge. So this is a card of healing. So I think that's a hope. The Queen of Wands. This is this could be you in your power. Taking your rightful place, sustaining the spirit, living in alignment with your creative spark. Or if you are someone who is less aware, awake, aligned to spiritual things, this can be a woman that is either there to guide you or to challenge you. And the next card comes up is rebirth. So death and rebirth. So an opportunity for a new life in a new direction. In a direction that you may not choose for yourself or would have chosen for yourself. But I almost feel like there's a line is drawn, and they're like, either this gets exposed and you pay the consequence for that, or you stop doing what you're doing and you'll have an opportunity for a new adventure, a new life. Now, as I read these cards, I can't help but see these cards in with Donald Trump, which I hate to do to you Geminis, because I know you're sick and tired of the man for the most part, and you don't necessarily want him in your reading. But he is a Gemini, and this could be his reading, and the Tower is here for him. So for some Geminis, this can be a real Tower moment. For other Geminis, it can be a moment of realization and a moment to take the sword up and be in your righteous truth and rule your life and the direction that you want to take it. There's a lot of issues around autonomy and, people telling you what to do and all of that. People aren't going to tell me what to do. Maybe not, but what are you telling yourself what to do? What you fight, what you try to destroy, you create. So in your striving for doing what you want to do, more laws are created so you can do what you want to do. In opposition to, aligning yourself with spirit and being in the flow of things, sometimes or usually, in my experience, is the best way forward. And that takes a certain amount of willingness to let go of control, which is kind of what that death card can be, is also like the ultimate control. I mean, really, death has the ultimate control, right? I mean, you can't fight death. There is going to be an end to something. And sometimes it's a physical end, which that's not what I think that card means for the Geminis out there. But the challenge to know that something does have to end. And the more willing you are to let go of it, the better off you're going to be. If you don't as I said, if you don't let it go, you will be destroyed or torn asunder. And I'm really kind of still talking about the 45th in that respect, but in your own respect as well. Maybe not to such a great, I mean, not everybody is an ex-president that's going to, fall from grace in a Towery Inferno. So that's not going to be your thing. But that theme can be there. So be willing to let go, as it were. It doesn't matter what your victories have been. It doesn't matter. Spirit has a greater plan for you. That's what I want to say. All right, Gemini. Well, there you go. Nice and light, right? It is November. What do we expect? It's the most intense time. Scorpio. It's Scorpio season. It doesn't really get more intense than this. So let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And this, of course, is a Scorpio card. So right up front there, Gemini, right up front. Scorpio, right up front. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I will see you again next month for the Taroscope for Gemini for the month of, December. I'm starting a beginner's astrology class for those of you who might be interested in taking that with me. It's going to be on Monday nights, 6 consecutive Mondays, from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. And so if you're interested in that, look below there. There's a link to my website. And if you go on the website to the services, I think it's the services area, you can select the beginner's astrology. The dates are not correct, so ignore the dates, but that's how you can purchase that. And as soon as I get the class together, I will send out the emails. It's either going to be the second or the third, the first or the second week of November. But I'll put an announcement out for that. So if you want to, and beginners, I like beginners classes. Even if you know astrology, it's good to take a beginner's class, and it's very reasonable. My classes are very reasonable. I try to keep them as reasonable as I can. So it's not a giant burden to do a review, right? So yeah. So if you like that, please join us. And Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, guys. So have yourself a great month. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you again next month. Namaste.